everyone, I'm Mohan, founder of IASbaba. Being a positive and an optimistic person, I hope all of you are doing good and at the same time sincerely preparing for this exam. Just recently, UPSC has come up with its press release, saying that it will take a final call on Prelims and interview date on June 5th. Ever since then, we have been getting a lot of calls on hotline, a lot of mails, and a lot of comments pouring in. And I do emphasize and completely understand what a student must be. A lot of emotions might be running through. Some people might be sad, some people might be happy with the decision, some people might be frustrated, angry, and many of them are confused. Should I be focusing on prelims or should I be focusing on mains? And given this present scenario, will I be getting less time to prepare for mains? What I would like to say is, whatever is happening, whatever we are experiencing right now, is just a fraction of our entire life journey, isn't it? So one must learn to accept the reality and keep moving forward with an unwavered attention and focus on clearing this exam with a very good rank. I won't be getting into the Gyan as such. Today I have come up with very simple and a practical planning that will keep you on your toes, keep you focused and motivated for the next 60 plus days. Even if UPSC wants to hold its exam at the earliest, it can be only after July 15th, or it can be July end, or even it can get extended to August first week. So whatever it is, we have at least from today a minimum 60 days with us. And the student who makes the best use of the 60 days is a student who will be doing really well in this exam, right? What I've done is I've come up with a must-do checklist, and this checklist caters to every aspirant, be it a veteran, be it a fresher, be it a person who's confident in prelims, be it a student who is not confident in prelims. So this is a must-do checklist. Initially, I'll be giving you the prelims checklist. After that, I'll be going to the mains one where I'll include answer writing, essay, ethics, optional, all that. And finally, I'll be coming up with a daily plan that you can incorporate in your preparation per se. Is that fine? So get ready with a pen and a piece of paper. The first checklist is basic reading and revision. What I strongly believe is before a student sits for the exam, he or she should have covered at least 3 times of your entire syllabus. So what do I mean by that is every topic of every subject should be covered at least minimum 3 to 4 times. The first would be the basic reading, followed up by 3 to 4 revisions of every topic of the subject. If you've done that, let's move on to the second checklist. That is identifying your weak areas in prelims. Here it can go to the micro level per se. For example, the monetary policy in economics, or you might be weak in cropping system in geography, or it can be defense and space in science and tech. Identify these weak areas and incorporate in your day-to-day reading. Third checklist is test series, and I hope all of you understand the importance of a test series. Minimum for every subject, at least 400 to 500 questions have to be solved. For example, polity, history, economics, geography, science and tech, and environment will be clubbed into one. So there are 5 subjects. 5 subjects into 500 questions makes it up to 25 tests. Minimum of 25 tests. This should be followed by full-length revision test of every subject. Polity, history, geography, 100 questions. Economics, 100 questions, like that. Science and tech and environment. This adds up to 31 tests. Then full-length tests of map-based questions, government schemes, economic survey, and budget. Right? And finally, at least 2 to 3 mock tests you should have done by now. So all in all, at least 35 to 38 tests you should have covered by now. If not, the first thing that you need to do is get hold of your subscribed test series and start solving it right now and today itself. Because there's a huge advantage in solving a test series. One is it will keep you focused. You will get to know your concepts better. You can strategize better how many rounds to go about in a test, 1 or 2 or 3 rounds, how your intuition is working, right? And it'll also help you to know yourself better, whether you're a person of greater accuracy or you're a person of lesser accuracy, right? And the other advantage with test series is you can start revising with test series, revision with test series. What do I mean by that is, say you're taking a test and the test is on polity, and today's topic is on fundamental rights, fundamental duties, and DPSP. The first thing that you need to do is glance through these three topics before taking the test. Once you're done with that, take the test, and when you're analyzing, when you're getting an answer wrong, go back to the solutions or to the Lakshmikant. Say suppose you've made a mistake in fundamental duties. It is your duty to go back to fundamental duties topic and make a topic, make a list, make a list of the mistakes that you have done in a separate notebook. And this notebook can be used as revision also in the future, right? So this is the importance of test series. Coming to the fourth checklist is current affairs. Have you covered the current affairs from the month of June 2019 till 20 or 25 days before the exam? That is how the current affairs should be read. For example, if the test is in July 30th, so at least till June or July 5th, you should have covered your current affairs. See, basically the month of March and April, there's nothing much to cover because courtesy Corona, right? So everything was on Corona, and you can just take any of the institutions' monthly magazine and cover it from that, right? That can be your strategy. And the other part is, do stick to one source of current affairs. At the max, you can get into two sources, not more than that. For example, if you're sticking to IASbaba's monthly magazine, daily quiz compilations, and 60-day plan, that is enough. Do revise it more number of times and supplement it with another institution's monthly magazine. Because what I have observed is, at the max, there will be a 20% difference from each institute, right? So whatever you find new thing in the second institute, add it to the first source. That is how you can cover current affairs. Right? If that is done, let's move on to the fifth checklist, that is CSAT. The best way to go about with CSAT is start reverse engineering, take 2013 to 2019 test papers, UPSC test papers, and solve it in the confined time of 2 hours, just like as if you are taking the test. After that, do the analysis for 2 to 3 hours. Say suppose you're getting an answer wrong in averages or time, speed, and distance, go back to the basics and brush up your basics. That is how you should strategize CSAT, and also solve at least 8 to 10 CSAT papers in a time-bound manner, right? And with CSAT, don't try to do CSAT every day. You can keep it for alternate days or once in 3 days. And we'll be discussing that in the schedule. Then the sixth checklist is mains. Here as well, the first thing that you need to do is identify the weak areas first. It can be weak areas or areas which you have not covered till now. It can be world history, it can be internal security. Make a list of it. That is one. The seventh checklist is your ethics and essay. Ethics, essay, and optional. These three forms a deadly combination, wherein these are the three subjects that will help you to get above 950 in mains. And mains is one aspect of the entire preparation phase which is under your control, right? So in essay, in ethics, what you can do is you can either start making notes on ethics by googling every keyword in the syllabus and making a note of it, or you can start reading the theory part of it, or you can start focusing on solving case studies. You can take up even previous year case studies itself. Fine, that can be a strategy for ethics. Then essay, divide it into philosophical essays and theme-based essays. In the general essays. In general essays, make different themes, like it can be polity and governance, women, children, education, right, and health sector, or it can be defense, international relations, economics. Right? Make themes like that and start writing essays every alternate days, or it can be once in 3 days also. Right? That again, you can do that in your daily plan. Fine. Then coming to optional, that is the 8th checklist. Either you can revise or start making notes, consolidate whatever you have read. So that is the best way. Instead of writing answers for optional, I would rather say you should focus on reading and revising and making notes of your optional. And the 9th checklist is answer writing. You can every day you can spend half an hour on answer writing. So spend at least like even if you're writing 2 questions per day, that would do. Anyway, we'll be starting off with TLP, wherein every day 3 questions will be posted, and you can start doing that. You'll also get your answers reviewed. Okay. Coming to the 10th checklist, that is a very important checklist where I'll be discussing your daily schedule or pattern. Right. Here, what everybody has 24 hours. In that, spend 7 hours on your sleep, 1 hour on your breakfast and freshening up, 1 hour on your lunch, and 1 hour on your dinner. So all in all, you should set aside at least 10 hours for all these activities. And one more thing is, never compromise it. I have seen students who just spend 10 minutes on their lunch and then again they sit for studies, or just 5 minutes on their tea and again sit for studies. So, but what will happen is, over a long period of time, this is not sustainable. So what I'm trying to tell you is, I'm trying to give you a very practical planning of your day. So here, remove this 10 hours from your entire 24 hours. Right? Keep it aside. And even half an hour you can spend on your tea, all that. So, but never compromise on that. So now roughly you are left with around 13 to 13 and a half hours. In that, set aside 1 more hour for your own self. This 1 hour you can relax, you can do things that you would love to do. Right? If you are interested in sketching, you can sketch and send us to the Catharsis initiative. Right? Or you can relax, you can listen to music, or you can watch sitcoms, whatever it is, but do spend 1 hour for yourself. So all in all, you are left with effectively 12 hours. And these 12 hours are more than enough, and I don't think every day you will be able to even study for 12 hours continuously. So, but at least you can study for 10 hours, right? 8 to 10 hours though is for sure. So what you have to do is divide your entire day into 2 hour slots, right? And after every 2 hours, spend at least 10 minutes or 15 minutes wherein you can relax and recollect what you have read or what you have done in those 2 hours. That is how reading should happen, right? And that will also sustain you for a longer time, right? So this can be the strategy. So all in all, like say suppose you have 5 slots, you can divide each subject. For example, if you're very confident in prelims, all that, and again, having said that, the percentage of time that you're giving for mains or prelims depends on your checklist. The 9 checklists that I've told you depends on that. Depending on that, you need to give your time, allocate time accordingly. For example, as I said, if you're confident in prelims, you can spend 2 hours on ethics, 2 hours on your optional, half an hour on your answer rating, and another 2 hours it can be on either on ethics or your optional. So all in all, you'll be spending 6 hours on that, and remaining 4 hours in that 2 hour slots. The first slot can be given for current affairs, solving quizzes, going through the newspaper, and even previous month's current affairs. That can be done, and another 2 hours for solving the test. So it is up to you how to plan. Fine. Or if you're fed up with solving the test, right, what you can do is spend 80% of your time on the mains part itself, and 2 hours slot on your current affairs as such. Right, but keep this plan till 5th of June. After that, again, you can change your plan according to the new dates that is released. Or a person who is not confident with prelims, what he or she can do is spend 2 hours on pre-reading, 1.5 hour or 2 hours on taking the test, and again 1.5 hours or 2 hours on analyzing the test and revising it. So all in all, you will be spending three slots, that is 6 hours on taking the test and revising, and the remaining 2 hours can be spent on current affairs, and the another slot can be spent for optional. So that is up to you basically. How do you plan? All that is up to you. So I have just given a model timetable that you can accommodate, right? So the one caution here is, you have a lot of time now, and that doesn't mean that you start reading Nitin Singhani Art and Culture from end to end, and that doesn't mean you start reading Shankar Environment end to end. You need to effectively utilize the time, right? And you need to respect time. In fact, a person who respects time is one who will be successful in the longer run, because the time defines you, it defines your career, it defines your life, right? And what I would like to emphasize here is, give your best every day, give your 100% every day, take one day at a time. Be honest to yourself, because when you're sleeping, you should feel that you've given your 100% that day. If not, make sure that the pending things are covered up the very next day. As I've discussed in the daily schedule, have hourly targets. That 2 hour slot will really work out for you. Right? Based on that is what will actually keep you motivated for a longer time. Right? You might feel that you can procrastinate, you can study later, but there are so many other students who will be making the best use of the time. Do remember that. Later you shouldn't repent that what if I could have done that, what if I would have done this, right? The ifs, buts and should completely get transformed to I'll be doing it. I'll be focusing for the next 60 plus days. I'll be making a plan according to what I've suggested, and I'll be making sure that my career goes in the right direction. Right? That should be your way forward. Right? I hope you've got it. You can leave your comment on in the YouTube section. Basically the takeaways of the session, or you can even put your checklist. Why am I saying that is, once you're putting your checklist, you will remain accountable, and every time, and it will also be etched in your memory, and every time you're deviating, you can come back, see the checklist and see the video, and it will remind you what you should be doing right now. And we are also at IASbaba, we are starting off our very famous initiative TLP, restarting it, that is mains answer writing, where we will be even evaluating and we'll be giving you synopsis on daily basis. And we are also restarting a daily quiz and static quiz. That will all these initiatives will keep you focused. Not only that, we have come with very creative initiatives like mind maps and catharsis, where you can unleash your creativity. So all that will make sure that you are focused. And before signing off, and not only that, I have also done a series of videos on Prelims Simplified series, where I have used common sense and solved at least 20 odd questions of 2019 and 2018 paper. To follow that series, that will really help you a lot and give you a lot. Before signing off, I would like to quote Leo Tolstoy's quote, which says, "The two most powerful warrior is time and patience." But I would like to say there are three most powerful warriors, that is time, patience and discipline.